Hello everyone, welcome back to a new replay cast. Today, in the bottom right spawning as the green Zerg, we're going to be having Reynor. And in the top left, spawning as the red Terran, is going to be Dream. Who opens up this game with sending not one, not two, but 3 SCVs across the map. Let's see if this one will join the train as well. I don't believe so. I think even if you're 4-rexing, you only use 3 SCVs. And we're going to be seeing a 3-rex most likely here. Now, a common trick to do with the 3-rex is to build the first 2 rexes right next to each other and then build 1 barracks a little bit behind to pretend like you're just doing a regular double barracks build. Now, Reynor is opening up with a pool first, so should be able to beat this. Dream throws down all 3 rexes in the same spot, so Reynor will be able to find out exactly how many barracks are here if his Overlord does find this. Now, it's a little bit away still. Second Overlord also going on a scouting mission. That one definitely won't catch anything. And right now Reynor will see it. It's like, okay, I know what this is. How many larvae is there available for Reynor? There's a single larva available for Reynor. Second larva becomes available. 4 links are being built right now. No queen on the way yet. Couple of drones being pulled down. Are going to try to go for a bunker deny, I guess. Put a little early. 6 links now on the way. Still no queen. As he doesn't have the supply for that. It's a little odd. I could swear you get a queen against this, but instead just going for a very big link count. A lot of drones being pulled as well here for Reynor. Now hatchery still far away from finishing up. And we have no Overlord on the way. 400 minerals right now in the bank. Dream moving back and forth, making sure... Oh, loses a first SCV for free. Might lose a second SCV here for free as well. Or not quite for free, as a couple of units has been going down. But it is a pretty good trade here for Reynor, honestly. Only loses a single worker, kills 3 SCVs. This bunker now will never finish. Now, there's still a lot of Marines here, which could be tricky. Spine is on the way. Queens are rather late as well. Did an SCV? No, there's 3 more. 5. Ooh, how many is this? 5 SCVs on the way right now. We'll be able to go for that bunker, and Dream is committing to this pretty hard actually. 2 more Marines are coming in. There's no speed on the way. Hatchery is falling low very rapidly. 2 queens are about to pop though. Might be able to help, but I don't think the spine will be in time to do anything for this hatchery. Now the queen is here, but so are the SCVs. 1 SCV starts building the bunker. Drones are being pulled once again as well, as the queen keeps moving forward, pushing away these SCVs. 2 SCVs do end up falling. Spine finishes up, but the hatchery is running so low right now. Drone, queen, link, pull. Oh, and the spine is completely out of position, not covering the left side of this this little push at all. Now the drones start falling as well, so it starts to become a little dangerous. Oh, target fire on this hatchery. Hatchery will fall, and bunker is still up with a single SCV for repairing. What is the situation here really? There's still 3 barracks producing Marines. There is no hatchery on the way. There's no gas, and there's only 13 links. Now this spine should be able to, in the end, clean this up, I believe. Right? There's no way these Marines will be able to clear the spine. I have a difficult time believing that, but Reynor doesn't really have the money to re-expand at this point. He is getting a 3rd queen. He has a transfuse on this queen as well. We'll need to use it kind of short. Yes, Dream continues actually producing more and more Marines. We'll be looking for some kind of finishing move here. Not quite sure if he will be able to find it though, as 1 spine is doing slightly more damage than the 1 SCV can repair. So Dream needs to continue putting some pressure on this spine, baiting some shots on stuff that is in the bunker. The bunker will fall within the next 10-15 seconds. And here come the Marines pushing forward, trying to go for a queen kill. Do not get it, and this didn't look all too good, honestly. A couple of kills for this spine. Spine, of course, also can get healed by transfuses. 1 transfuse did get used. There's still 2 transfuses available. Bunker does end up falling. Now there's a bunker being built in the back of this, trying to get some safety for those Marines. There's still no speed. There's no road run. There is gas on the way now for Reynor, so he will be able to start speed if he wants to, or perhaps get a road run, try to get some roaches out. On the other hand, we have a factory on the way here for Dream, who is upping workers. His income is a lot higher than what Reynor has. There is an orbital command, there is a mule mining. There's 21 SCVs against 14 SCVs, and this looks a lot like Reynor is trying to go for some kind of bust play here, but just with link speed I have a very difficult time seeing this work, as a command center starts right now for Dream as well. Factory is basically done. Could be seeing either a Hellion or a reactor from this. Wouldn't be surprised that now that the links are here that we're just going to be seeing a Hellion be produced the moment it finishes. Yes, there we go, Hellion starts in the production tab. Reynor does have that natural base now, so we'll be able to spread out his drones a little bit. Stop mining gas as well, so even though he's down in workers, because of that extra saturation on his natural, he will be able to mine more efficiently, and as he's only mining minerals, I think the game kind of resets itself to somewhat of a standard game. The Marines managed to get back home. Somehow Dream, without ever scouting anything in the main base, managed to figure out the perfect timing to run home with all of these Marines. Or well, the perfect time. Ooh, a little bit of a split here. Does need to be careful. There is a Hellion somewhere on the map. Might be able to assist those Marines if they do end up getting caught. Hellion does go to the Marines right now. There's 21 links, there's 10 Marines, and there's 1 Hellion. This looks like there is plenty of things here for Dream to deal with all of those links. Worker counts are still even, no orbital command on this command center yet, and there's 3 racks at home, so even though I said it kind of resets, this definitely still is in favor of Dream, right? He already has his infrastructure, he has a decent unit count already, and he actually looks to be going into some kind of follow-up push with Stim and non-reactored Hellions. Perhaps get a starport or a medevac here and there, maybe even an armory to get Hellbats. It's all possible, of course, but well, actually, this could also just be a Hellion drop, as you will get 4 Hellions out, a 4 Hellion drop, and then just follow up with maybe a double eBay in the wall or a 3rd CC in the wall. Now, of course, Dream is very much so in the dark. Did end up using a scan on the main base, I believe. I'm not sure how else he would have found this. Reynor not sure what to expect, builds a Spore, as both players are rather blind. Roach Warren in case of any kind of Hellbat push. And here we will be seeing those 4 aliens moving themselves across the map, most likely together with a medevac. Now 7 roaches are being produced. I don't think this is going to be used for aggressive play, but mainly just for defensive purposes, because Reynor has to be very afraid of exactly what Dream can do to him. Now 1 eBay is being built right here, no 2nd eBay yet, no 3rd command center either, so a little bit of a 3-1-1 of some kind. 4 Hellions will join this little party as well. Not sure if they will be able to do too much though in this party. Might be of better use going for a run by somewhere, as these Marines will keep the main army of Reynor busy. Now there's no combat shield on this Marines, there's a lot of roaches here, there's a bunch of Queens. Should be able to push this away. 2 Marines do end up falling. Hellions will go for the dive. Get a bunch of drones actually. 5, 6 workers, 7 workers for 4 Hellions. It's about an even trade, I would say. Let's keep Reynor busy building drones for the next minute or so. The 2 medevacs are still on the map. Combat shield has now started as well. +1 has started. Still no 3rd base. Here we go. 3rd commands are finally starting. There's another single drop heading into the main base. Reynor though. The anticipation of this kid is insane. Almost gets a medevac for free, but there's already links in the main base. We'll be able to deal with that single medevac. There's absolutely no way this is going to do anything, as Reynor is once again reacting in time with everything and miraculously manages to stay alive. Very, very interesting how good the game sense of both of these guys is really, but especially Reynor just knowing exactly when to build what in such a chaotic game really. Like, he's the one that's taking the punches while he's wearing a blindfold basically. He predicts where the punches are going to land, and so far he's been doing one hell of a job predicting. And Dream been doing a good job punching as well, but not a lot of real damage being done. A lot of indirect damage, right? Forcing units is nice, clearing creep here and there, getting an overlord, trying to deny some vision. This is all very useful, but Reynor is getting up to 60 workers. He's adding 2 more gases. He will be playing a roach style with range upgrades, which is very rare to see. A lot of the time these Link Bane styles are of course a lot more popular. in this matchup. Only really see these 1-1 range upgrades against mech perhaps. You play Roach Swarmost or something like that. Or Roach Corruptor. Now we do have +2 attack on the way for Dream here. In the top left you can see that. Oh, a couple of queens being caught out of position. 4 roaches will be able to save a good transfuse micro. Slightly too aggressive with that 1 queen. Will end up losing 2 queens. And does not pay the price for it whatsoever. Loses 3 marines, but that's a very worthwhile trade. Another drop coming in will be able to deny some creep. And there's only 3 queens on the map right now here for Reynor. So he is building 3 new queens to get that creep back. But this area is going to get completely denied. The creep spread in general for Reynor is very poor. He will be heading into baneling speed right now. So he might be going into +2 range and +1 melee upgrades. I've seen this before. It's not very popular. Another drop trying to do some damage. Just targeting down drones. Will now go for the queen. Does end up getting the queen and another queen falls. How many queens have fallen this game already? 3 queens have gone down. As we've seen the units lost. Dream is slightly behind there. Or ahead, sorry. I think in general his position is quite good. Good worker count. We see him adding 2 more barracks right now to get up to, I guess, 5 barracks. He's still only been producing from those initial 3 barracks that were proxied across the map. Those guys had quite the life. And here we get the melee upgrade. Curious to see if we're going to see Carapace or +2 range. There's so many roaches that I really wouldn't mind seeing +1 melee and +2 range at the same time. Instead we're going to be seeing Carapace. So Reynor disagrees with me. And he's probably right. He's a way better Zerg player. Once again, Reynor, of course, ready for this kind of drop. It just feels like he is using all his tools with maximum efficiency, but his tools are kind of crap, honestly. Like, it isn't looking too hot still. Like, he's been playing a fantastic game, but perhaps the early game just stunted him a little bit too much. His creep spread is still very mediocre. His army, even though big in supply, consists of 23 roaches. And roaches are really, really bad against tanks. They are not that great against liberators either. Of course, Ravagers can bile down liberators, but yeah, it's not the ideal composition, honestly. His creep is yeah, just atrocious, really. He just kept losing queens over and over. Keeps getting his creep denied. Is struggling getting a 5th base. Well, struggling. This is not really struggling. This is not being able to get a 5th base. As 2 more medevacs are going to be flying into the main base. And this time I think these links are actually not enough. These links are fine for a single medevac. But for 2 medevacs I think you're going to need a little more Reynor. You gotta add 10 links. Unless of course they are immediately there when the Terran decides to drop. Might actually go for this 5th base first though, yeah. Just keeps denying the 5th base over and over. You see 2 liberators could be here for harassment. Yes, will be here for harassment. As Reynor just has nothing to deal with drops. He can shoot them away, but he can't ever take them down. Like, they're just flying in dead space. Vipers are on the way now, so he will try to use some parasitic bombs perhaps, but I mean, it's just such a difficult time for him. Dream only on 61 workers still. Hasn't really been producing too many workers. Continuously building upgrades though. Here come the 2 liberators trying to do some damage. These are of course queued up, so then he gives himself some time to start denying more creep in the middle. These 2 medevacs trying to do some damage. There's plenty of units in the main right now. 4 workers have gone down in total. Liberators are still alive, repositioning as well. Another big scan coming in will be able to clear some creep. Reynor might be able to dive on top of him here. No. Dream says, I am paying attention. Double drop on the main doesn't do too much. 6 workers, 7 workers have gone on. Oh, there's still a liberator here. I missed it, and Reynor both missed it as well, so yeah, it's looking very, very rough for Reynor right now. Does not get a cancel on this hatchery either. Loses the drone, loses the minerals invested. And finally a 4th base. I feel like the one thing that Dream has been lacking is SCV production and base production. His base has been so late. I mean, 14 minutes in game, even for a 3-Rex opener, that's kind of pushing it. Now, he has been putting on a lot of pressure, so Reynor also has been struggling getting more bases. So we see a medevac fly into the main base. But Reynor, once again, is ready already. And the funny thing is, Reynor really hasn't even seen the 3rd base. He's seen the gases, but not the 3rd base. Of course, he's aware there's a 3rd base. He's aware there's a 4th base because of the sensor tower, but this is how little Reynor has been on the other side of the map. The man that is most known for Ling run-bys, Baneling run-bys, anything that can run by, he will use to run by. But this game, it just has been impossible because he's been in such a poor position from that early game. He's trying to make something work with this army, but just getting completely abused by these drops, which he still doesn't have any anti-air for. 3 queens only on the map. Spore will be able to take out this medevac now as Dream is not microing. A couple of bailing bombs are burrowed around the map. There's 4 over here, 3 on that right side as well, but of course Dream decides to go into the one location when there's no bane bombs. Takes the ultimate path. Shit and plating is on the way. There's no ultras yet. +3 armor is getting very close to being done as well. Oh, but the Reynor does need to try to defend this. That's going to be a real task. That is going to be a real task. Good abduct there by the Viper, but he's gonna need a couple of more of those. There's still a lot of tanks here, and engaging into tanks off of creep seems like mission impossible. Now there is a big Zergling run by here, which is the first time that Reynor actually attempts or even dares to attempt something like this. Before that he needs to use all of his resources at home. It does get a lot of damage, of course. Adrenal glands links with these very powerful upgrades. You see +1 attack, +3 carapace on the way. Right now just 1-2 with Adrenal. Now Viper's being a little bit idle here, but Reynor's being very patient. He feels like he still has a little bit of time left before he needs to go. Now this could be either as a setup for a flank, or could be for a run by. No, will be for a flank indeed. Oh, the timing is a little bit off. We're gonna see some blinding clouds being used here. Good engagement out of Reynor, honestly, who completely cleans this up with what seemed to be a way inferior army. So big props to him for that fight, as he cleans up his opponent, but he didn't really kill everything, right? There's still a big army at home. There's still a couple of medevacs alive with units, which will be used for harassing. A medevac flew into the main base, has been killing drones. It's just has been so annoying for these past, well, 17 minutes really. And it feels like Reynor's had enough. He's like, you know what, I pushed you back once, here we go. But no, once again another drop onto his 6th base. This drop still isn't cleaned up. Reynor needs to split these roaches up in order to be able to defend from both sides. 12 workers have gone down, and uh-oh. Dream is moving out once again. Look at his upgrades. 3-3 on his bio, +2 attack on his tanks. We're seeing a Reynor who's... I think he's had enough. He needs to go. He feels like he needs to go. He believes there's a timing on him. The longer the game goes at this point, the worse it gets for him, because he's being outmined. He does not have creep. He still has nothing to do with all of these medevacs. He's getting a Spire, so finally he might be able to get some Corruptors. And his 17-minute long torture will come to an end. Dream is getting this as a 5th, and up here as a 6th. No extra CCs being built yet, even though he's floating a lot of money. Would love to see a couple of extra command centers turned into orbitals. Another queen being built. Still no Corruptors on the map, even though the Spire is done at this point. Dream realizing that top base is very, very insecure at this point. Sends actually his entire army there. Part of his army does get caught out here. Just need to be careful. Now, Ultras are moving forward. Marauder's putting in a lot of work on top of those Ultras. Corruptors are coming finally, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late. There's still 3 drops here heading into the 4th base. Reynor not paying attention, will lose a lot of workers, and yeah, I'm starting to fear for Reynor's life at this point as his 4th base falls, his 5th base falls, and he's back on 3 bases, but at this point really only a base and a half, not even a half. Probably just a full mining base. It's 1500 minerals against the 2.5k of Dream. Already has a very comfortable bank, comfortable lead, a superior army. Does end up catching 1 Viper for free as well. And this is the Hail Mary play here coming out of Reynor. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Ultras even having difficulty getting a single hit on off creep. G gets caught as Dream wins this game. Congratulations to Dream. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up and comment down below. It's much appreciated, and I'll see all of you next time. Bye bye.